this video. Spirit said no. They want me to speak my full mind. They wanted me to speak my truth. So I'm gonna tell you about why maybe you may be seeing things as not working in your favor, actually working in your favor. And this is something I'm wrapping around my head right now as I'm speaking to you. Like, usually when you're around someone who actually brings you safety or comfort, or you're around an energy that actually brings out a good energy in you that your ego is not used to, and your ego doesn't feel comfortable with, your ego will put any storyline in your face. Any storyline possible. I'm telling you, it will make you feel as if, it will make every situation feel disconnected and wrong. Even when it is connected and right. Your ego has the ability to do that. And I'm realizing that my ego has the ability to make me turn back on what I said to myself. And I'm realizing that for a second, like, wait, am I the one switching up my energy constantly and repeatedly? Because my ego's telling me one thing, and then my soul is telling me another thing, and then the connections to both things become so uncomfortable where I just okay, I'll go back. Don't go back. This is me saying this to myself. Bitch, I'm saying you, but I'm saying this to myself. Don't go back. Don't go back. Even when your ego, even when your mind tells you any storyline to kind of revert you back to the old version of you, because you're not that girl anymore. You're never that girl. You were never that girl. You were never that girl. Who that girl was someone who was built off of survival. You're not built off of survival anymore. You don't need to survive anymore. You don't need to survive anymore. Yes, I'm talking to you. You don't need to survive anymore. It's time for you to thrive. It's time for you to live. Live your life so fully, so expressively, to the point where everyone is uncomfortable. Not everybody's uncomfortable energy. I'm not saying like that. But the wrong people are uncomfortable by your energy. The wrong people will push you away for you choosing a different vibration. They will not like you. That's gonna, and not because they're horrible people, but because their frequency, your frequency isn't aligning with their frequency, and so you're just naturally you get what I'm saying? Y'all just bumping heads because the frequency isn't matched. The frequency isn't aligned, and when the frequency isn't matched, the frequency isn't aligned. It's just like you have to find a balance of a frequency that you want to be stabilized in. What frequency do you want to choose constantly? The frequency of authenticity, the frequency of peace, the frequency of joy, the frequency of sadness, the frequency of anger. You have to find a baseline, and then you have to learn how to consistently put yourself back in that baseline. Because when you're at that baseline, you can then make the adjusting decisions that you need to. You start to make decisions from that baseline, then you start to curate the situations in a whole different way, and you start to see a whole different perspective as to how the situation actually is playing out. See, this is what was going on. My mind was going back and forth from peace. My mind kept going from back and forth from the energy of peace. Back and forth. Back and forth. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? All I had to do was return back to my natural frequency. My natural frequency for me is peace. That's my natural frequency. So when I'm in these states, the answers are clear. There's no, what if the answers are clear. When it feels good, when it feels right, when it feels ease, when it feels peaceful, that's the decision. Period. If I'm stressed out, if I'm in the energy of lack consciousness, I'm like, wrong. We're not, let it go. We're not in that energy no more. We're not set to that tune anymore. Yes, we're human, we're gonna feel mad and we're gonna feel sad and we're gonna feel triggered, but bitch, that's not our baseline, that's not our base frequency, which means we can return back to our base frequency at any time that we want to. We feel that anger, we feel the whatever feelings we feel those feelings. I'm not saying don't feel, when you need to cry, fucking cry, please, because that's how you release it. That's the quickest way to revert back to the frequency that you want to actually be as your baseline, is to literally just, I'm losing train of thought. The way how you revert back to your baseline, all you have to do is whatever emotion comes up that is not your baseline, you allow that emotion to be expressed fully, and you allow it to be expressed in the vibration of love, and then you let it go. It's gonna fall. It's not. You don't even have to let it go. You don't even gotta stay. It's gonna go. You let it. You cry. If you need to cry, and you cry, and you let that cry out, it's gone. It's done. And then all you have to do is return back to the baseline that is yours. And when you're in that baseline, the answers is already, it's with, and the thing is, okay, realizing, hold on, I like how it looked before. Okay, so in doing this, you start to realize, wait, I'm coming back. In doing this, you start literally, the point is not to never be thrown off balance. The point is to return every single time you get knocked off balance. The point is not to have everything figured out in that moment. The point is, when you do revert back to the old story, you remember that you can return back to the new one. Never, and I don't think there is no person, especially someone who is just figuring out how to manifest, that hasn't returned back to their old frequency. In order to stay and create the new frequency as your baseline, whatever that frequency is, keep returning to it. Even when you feel like it's not worth it, especially when you feel like returning is not worth it, that is when you need to lock the fuck in. You get me? That's when you need to lock the fuck in. When you feel like it don't matter, that's when you need to fucking lock in, because that's your body trying to get you to oh, the mind knows things. Don't think your ego's dumb. Your ego's smart as fuck. It knows things. It's smart. It's not dumb. It's not evil. It's not unintelligent. It's very fucking smart. And it knows things. That's why you have to create a safety line for yourself, within yourself, and learn and show the ego, so the ego can help you out. Because the ego, that bitch, if you allow her enough time in the frequency of what you actually want, the baseline that you actually want, if you allow her in there long enough and show her that it's safe to be there, or you know what the fuck I'm talking about, if you allow them to be safe in that frequency that you are creating, oh baby, you just take off. You just take off, because when you and the ego in the right baseline, you and the ego in the right frequency, and a frequency that actually aligns to who you are and what creates change in different circumstances in your life, but your ego is gonna be figuring out, and your ego knows solutions you don't know. People be thinking your ego's the enemy. The ego is only the enemy when you are in survival mode. When you are thinking off of survival mode based energy. That is the only time your ego is a fucking piece of shit. I love your ego, I'm sorry. That's the only time it is a piece of shit. But when you know your baseline, when you know your frequency, When you know, no, bitch, we here. We right here. We in this energy. This is the energy we embodying. We embodying this energy of peace. This is what we choosing. When you say no, bitch, we're here, and then you create safety there. You show the ego, oh, it's okay. Oh wait, I'm safe. Wait, we're not dying. We're not dying. We're not dying. Then it unclenches itself a little bit. It starts to unclench. It starts to be like, oh, we're good here. Okay, well and then y'all start working together. You and the ego start. Oh, y'all start becoming friends. Y'all like, I just found out. The ego gonna be like, I found another way for you to bring peace into your life, bitch. I just found another way. Come on, let's get this. Let's get to the action. Your ego can be your fucking best friend and change your life forever. You just have to create safety in the frequency that you want the ego to help you in. You don't want your ego to help you in survival mode, because bitch is gonna keep putting you deeper into survival mode. You get what the fuck up. Bitch. It's gonna keep putting you deeper into survival mode. So even when that ego wanna say, bitch, I'm in lack, I'm in this, I'm in this. No,